The following episode describes graphic details of violence and murder. Listener discretion is advised. It's 9 p.m. on August 24th, 2016. 26-year-old Jose Ortiz has just left his sister's home in Worcester's Bell Hill neighborhood. He's walking to his job as a personal care assistant. While walking along Elliot Street, a minivan pulls up alongside Jose. The driver gets out of the vehicle. Witnesses say Jose and the unidentified man driving the minivan get into a heated argument in the street. The man fires a single shot into Jose's chest, hops back into the van, speeds away, leaving Jose Ortiz dying in the middle of the road. Welcome back to Unsolved Worcester. I'm your host, Dan Yeager. Today's episode is the first of the sixth and final season of Unsolved Worcester. The shooting death of Jose Ortiz in August 2016 is one of the 10 unsolved murders and missing persons cases we'll explore in Season 6. This season's cases start in Worcester before we move outside of the city to unsolved cases from surrounding towns in Worcester County. Unsolved Worcester takes a deep dive every Tuesday into the unsolved murders and missing persons cases under investigation by the Worcester Police Department's Detective Unit and the Massachusetts State Police. Our goal is to remind residents of the Worcester area, both past and present, that there are dozens of unsolved homicides and missing persons cases that need resolution. We hope we can be the spark needed to solve a case. Be sure to visit Unsolved Worcester on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and listen to all episodes for free at unsolvedworcester.com and on your favorite podcast streaming platforms. Check out the video for this episode with exclusive aerial views and more on the Unsolved Worcester YouTube page. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're back on Worcester's Bell Hill, same neighborhood. Specifically Eastern Avenue, where Valdemar Feliciano and 5-month-old baby Marlon Santos both disappeared from, and where Paul Majorana's frozen body was stuffed in the trunk of a car. In Elliot Street, where Narita Melendez's body was discovered in the woods behind Bell Pond in 1989. This time, the victim is 26-year-old Jose Ortiz, father of 2 young boys. The night of August 24th, 2016, Jose was gunned down in the middle of the road near 2 Elliot Street. His killer got away in a minivan traveling up Elliot Street, taking a left onto Eastern Avenue and speeding toward Belmont Street. For just the second time on Unsolved Worcester, we highlight an unsolved murder that's featured on the Massachusetts State Police Unresolved Cases playing card deck. Jose's murder is one of 52 victims of unresolved homicides and missing persons cases featured in the deck of cards, which were distributed to state prison inmates in February 2022. With the hope they may have and share information about the crimes. Lenita Oliveira, one of 5 victims of the suspected Maine South woodsman serial killer, is also in the deck of cards. We shared her story at the end of Season 5. We will also feature 2 other victims of unsolved homicides in the state police deck of cards this season, Lenny Valerio and Molly Bish. Coming up, we take a closer look at the circumstances surrounding Jose's murder and how he ended up as the 9 of spades. At 9:06 p.m. on August 24th, 2016, Worcester police responded to a call on Elliot Street for a report of a man being shot. When officers arrived, they found Jose Ortiz on the ground and unconscious. The officers and firefighters provided medical attention before Jose was taken by EMTs to a local hospital. Before he was taken away, a chest compression machine was placed on Jose to pump his chest. He was in critical condition. Roughly 20 minutes later, at 9:30 p.m., Jose was pronounced dead. After Jose was taken away by ambulance, police canvassed the Bell Hill neighborhood to speak to witnesses. Witnesses told police they heard yelling, the pop of a gunshot, and then screeching of tires from the minivan fleeing the scene. A witness standing in the road next to her car saw Jose lying in the road and called 911. Other neighbors came out of their homes to check on Jose. Police taped off the entire intersection of Elliot Street and Eastern Avenue. The investigation was underway, but the lack of witnesses to the shooting would only create dead ends in the case. According to a report from Mass Live, when family was notified of Jose's death, his mother had a heart attack. Jose worked 2 jobs. His full-time job was as a maintenance worker at the West Side House, a long-term care facility on Fruit Street. And according to his family, he also worked part-time as a personal care assistant. He was shot and killed on Elliot Street on August 24, 2016, while walking to his PCA job. Jose was a graduate of North High School. When he died, he left behind 2 young sons, his mother, father, stepmother, and stepfather, 7 brothers, and a sister. Lots of family and friends. Jose, known by his family as Chio, was born in Puerto Rico, but lived most of his life in Worcester. His family described him as having a great sense of humor, a great smile, and someone who worked to keep everyone happy and on the right path. Jose's family vehemently denied online commentary that Jose was involved with local gangs. A GoFundMe campaign was started soon after Jose's death to help pay for funeral expenses. More than $4,500 was raised to support Jose's family. On the campaign site, a family member said Jose was an innocent man and the people that killed him robbed him of everything and took him away from his 2 sons and family. They said Chio had a heart of gold and deserves justice. Jose's death would be the 6th of 8 homicides in Worcester in 2016, and the only murder from that year that remains unsolved. Oddly enough, Jose's murder isn't listed on the Worcester Police Department's list of unsolved homicide cases, nor can it be found on a new list of unresolved cases created by the Worcester County District Attorney's Office. More than 7 years later, Jose's murder remains unsolved. Thank you for listening. I'm Dan Yeager. Don't miss another episode. Click the notification button to get alerts when new episodes of Unsolved Worcester drop. If you enjoyed listening to this episode, please consider clicking the like button for us, and if you subscribe, the next episodes will show up in your feed. Click the bell on the right and select all, and you'll get a notification of when the next episode is ready. If you have any thoughts you'd like to share, please leave them in the comments below. We do read them all and respond to as many as we can. Anyone with information about the murder of Jose Ortiz are asked to contact the Worcester Police Detective Bureau at 508-799-8651 or send an anonymous text to 274-637. Write TIP-WPD plus your message or send an anonymous web-based message at worcesterma.gov/police. Come back on Tuesday, October 10th for episode 2 of Unsolved Worcester Season 6 and the unsolved missing persons case of Charles MacArthur, who disappeared in September 1982. Charles received a message at home to come to the Italian kitchen on Shrewsbury Street. He was escorted out of the restaurant by 3 men and was never seen again. Special thanks to the Worcester Public Library, the Worcester Police Department, the City of Worcester, and our sponsors for making this possible. Information on the murder of Jose Ortiz was gathered from multiple resources, including the Telegram and Gazette, the Massachusetts State Police, Mass Live, Patch.com, and more. The Unsolved Worcester podcast music is provided by Tom Lebelzik of the Worcester Jazz Collective. This episode is written and produced by Pat Sargent. Drone footage provided by Ron Scott at Chasing Daylight Studio. Videography and editing by Colin Turner. This program is supported in part by a grant from the Worcester Arts Council and the National Endowment for the Arts. To find out more about how National Endowment for the Arts grants impact individuals and communities, visit www.arts.gov.